Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here, the lab coat's on back order, and it is Tuesday, August 8th, which means it's time for another Pokemon news update video thingy here on the channel. Now, of course, the first thing I'm going to mention, here they are. I was looking around, where are my booster packs at? I built up a number of booster packs to open up for this week's video. We have got a Pokemon TCG Evolutions, we've got, what is this, Steam Siege, and Breakthrough. So I'll be opening up these towards the end of the video, see what cool cards I get out of these boosters, but of course, as always, you all have a chance to win the code cards for Pokemon TCG Online that I get out of these packs once I open them up by participating in the question of the day. So I opened up 3 packs last time in the last video. I only had one person respond to the question of the day, which is fine. That's going to lead into something I'm going to start switching up here on the channel a little bit. But the last question that I gave out was, which legendary Pokemon would you like to see appear next in Pokemon Go? Because, of course, the legendaries have started appearing. And fun little fact, not so much fun for me, is due to my laziness and negligence and excitement for Pokemon TCG Online, I'll explain that in just a sec too, but due to all those factors, I am sitting here recording this Tuesday morning when I should be out hunting Zapdos. It is out there. I think my cousin said he actually already caught one, unless he's just trying to pull my leg, but I could be out there hunting Zapdos right now, but I've got responsibilities here on this channel. I gotta give you folks the news. I still gotta record an episode of Pokemon Coliseum for the day as well, because if you missed yesterday's episode, it's a pretty exciting one. I would say go check that out. One of the viewers, Daniel Castillo, I believe it was. In fact, before I say that name for sure, let me make sure I know what I'm talking about. I don't want to give notoriety to the most incorrect person. No, Daniel Castillo did say it was very intense seeing you catch that Entei. So, spoilers, I caught Entei. Anyways, the winner of last week's code card for the Guardians Rising booster pack, one of our regular viewers, Cheese Dibble the Cat, says, I would like to see Mew, although it is technically a mythical Pokemon. And that is a new distinction that they put in just in the past year or so. Some legendaries are now called mythical. Not sure what the difference is, but I guess it just helps them categorize which Pokemon can be used for certain competitions. Like one coming up in a little bit, which I'll mention later in this video. But congratulations to Cheese Dibble the Cat for the Guardians Rising booster pack. However, I still have 2 other codes from last week. I got Phantom Forces and Primal Clash. I've decided what I'm going to start doing. In the past, sometimes if there's like an extra code, I would also just kind of randomly toss that out, maybe say on Twitter, or if only one person responded, I would give all the codes to that one person. I think the fairest way to do this now, though, if we do have any excess codes, like these 2 from the last news update video thingy, these are going to go into my little listing of codes to give out in the Pokemon TCG Online videos directly. So, not sure if these are the recent expansion, not recent expansion, but these are the expansions people are interested in nowadays. I do know you can get Versus Seeker from Phantom Forces, which means it's kind of cool. So, I guess that's the most fair way to do it. Any excess codes I'll add into my collection of codes to give out in the videos themselves for Pokemon TCG Online. What do you guys think of that? That's not the question of the day, but feel free to leave your feedback on that, see what you think about that. But, again, congratulations to Cheese Dibble the Cat for winning the Guardians Rising booster pack. Alright, so, I guess it is now time to start talking about some news stuff. The biggest news, of course, for the time being, especially here on the channel, I think, would be Zapdos is here! Yes, Moltres' time has come and gone in Pokemon Go. It is now time for, arguably, and I'm sure this might start arguments in the comments if you guys want to throw some discussion back and forth, Zapdos is the best of the 3 legendary birds. I am totally biased, it's just my favorite, but I always say type-wise I think it's kind of the best because it's good against the other 2 birds. Sure, Articuno's good against it with ice, but both of the other 2 birds with flying type attacks, Zapdos resists it, so it has the most resistances in addition to the most super effectivenesses. But I'm just going off on a tangent, rambling of course, as I always do. But Zapdos is here, and after I'm done recording today, I begin my video coverage of Pokemon Go trying to capture the legendary Zapdos. So stay tuned for that coming up on the channel. On Pokemon.com, they have given some tips on how to deal with Zapdos. I find it funny, they keep giving information on which Pokemon are the best to take down Zapdos. You know, they say like ground types will be resistant to the electric moves, and if you have a ground rock type that has a good rock type charged attack, that'll do the best. They don't really factor in the possibility of you having an entire team of 20 people to take these legendaries on. Moltres has been taken down, I hear, with like 6 players. 6 players for a recommended group size of 20. So they're not super amazingly impossible to defeat, but they do give you tips on, of course, rock type is super effective, ice is also super effective. Careful with the ice types though, a lot of them are also water types which are weak to Zapdos' electricity. Piloswine would be a good one. Ground type resists ice. You can also, no sorry, ground type resists Ground type's weak to ice. Ground type versus electric, while ice from Piloswine is good with Avalanche. So anyway, you can check out Pokemon.com for some tips and stuff, but my biggest tip for taking on Zapdos in any legendary, just have a bunch of people. If you guys just keep whacking away at it, you're going to eventually take it down. Alright, so also in addition to Zapdos and Pokemon Go, some rare, somewhat perhaps regional Pokemon are going to start appearing in Europe soon, up until August 21st, I believe. So they mention Kangaskhan and Unknown. Of course, I don't think Unknown is a regional, it is just super rare. I guess at one point, someone in my area put an Unknown in a gym. My cousin Mike showed me that was the Unknown letter N. I've heard that they're just super, super rare, and I just never found one myself. Maybe during my Zapdos hunt, I will find one. Not likely. I'll be happy with just the Zapdos. Anyway, so they mentioned Kangaskhan, maybe more regionals, I don't know exactly, but they say a good place to look for these Pokemon is going to be at Unibale, Rodamco shopping centers, where a lot of Pokestops around those shopping centers are going to have lures set up on the weekends of August 12th and August 19th coming up in various cities, and it's a huge list of cities. I'm not going to go through it all here, but if you go to PokemonGoLive.com, check out their latest update. It'll let you know what cities to look for. Now, I don't know if I really have any, or at least many viewers in Europe, so I don't know how useful this information is going to be for you guys, but anyone in Europe that's checking this video out, feel free to go ahead and go to PokemonGoLive.com, see what cities you can go to these Unibale, Rodamco shopping centers. Maybe pick yourself up some regional Pokemon if you can't make it to Australia for Kangaskhan. Or, I don't want to say other species, I really don't know which ones are going to appear. They've just mentioned Kangaskhan. I would hope you guys have a chance for Farfetch'd, Mr. Mime, well, Mr. Mime's there anyway, but maybe Heracross, Corsola. Again, I can't say for sure, I have no clue, just whatever I'm going off of they have said on the website. So let's talk about some Sun and Moon stuff. I guess the biggest thing I'll have to mention is Dusk Form Lycanroc. A new Lycanroc form has been revealed. I'm sure you guys are all well aware of this. I am slow on this. Admittedly, this didn't feel like as big of a news announcement as it really could have been. So as I was doing the news lead-ups to Pokemon Sun and Moon being released, I was so quick on the draw with those news updates. This one, I'm going to say the Dusk Form Lycanroc, I don't want to sound like it's a negative kind of thing, but it leaves me underwhelmed because they could have done a lot more difference with this, but I kind of like what they've done in a way. Now, as you can see in the image, of course, it basically just looks like the midday form Lycanroc with an orange color to its fur. Now, if you look carefully, though, you can see some elements of midnight form Lycanroc in the way that the hair on its back and hair over its head kind of is, what do you call it, styled, I guess? So there's a little bit of each Pokemon in there, but it does definitely look a lot more like the midday form Lycanroc, just with orange fur instead of brown. So, in a way, I like it because I don't know if I would want a full new form of Lycanroc. I like when they introduced the idea of having two different forms. That was kind of cool. Having a third form for just Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. It would have been cool, but I don't know. I say underwhelming. It's probably not the right term because I don't mind it. It's just they could have done more with it. But anyway, it says you can't get this Dusk Form Lycanroc through ordinary methods, so it means you can't, I guess, evolve it normally. You can't find it in the wild. They haven't revealed any information on how you're going to get it. Haven't mentioned anything stat-wise or moveset-wise. Like, since it looks like midday form Lycanroc, will this also get Accelerock? Hard to say. I think they said Accelerock was supposed to be exclusive for just the midday form, but again, that was before they came out with the idea of Dusk Form. Now, is there also going to be a potential Dawn form? At which point, maybe we'll have sort of a, what color is the sky at dawn? Kind of like sometimes purplish, or is that in the evening? I don't know. We might see a different colored form of the midnight form Lycanroc with maybe its hair kind of slicked back a little bit to look sort of like the midday form. We'll see what happens, but as of right now, Dusk Form has been revealed. Now, the next big mention I want to mention is something I'm really excited for, despite the fact that I'm terrible at Wi-Fi battling. A new online competition has been announced for later this month, the No Holds Barred 2017. The idea here, first of all, it is a single battle format, which I feel a lot more comfortable with. However, it is a 3 versus 3, which I am not super comfortable with. See, I like the 6 versus 6 single battles because you can see the entire opposing team. You can help think out and strategize. If I use this attack, what Pokemon will I switch in from the entire team of 6? Because you don't know exactly what 3 they bring. You don't know what 3 of yours to bring to counter those 3. So sometimes the game is lost at team selection. Regardless, though, it is a single battle format. You choose a team of 3 to 6 to register. You choose 3 per battle. And the entire Pokedex is available. The entire national dex, except for some legendary Pokemon and Arceus itself, the mythical Pokemon. But what I'm excited for is Pokemon that have been brought forth through the Poké Transporter from previous games are going to be permitted. So all of my Pokemon can be used. Now, interestingly enough, this is the first time I've heard of this. Duplicate Pokemon can be used on the same team. You could have a whole team of, for example, well, it's like Mewtwo probably can't be permitted, but let's say Mew. If you have 6 Mew, you could probably have 6 Mew on the team. Also, duplicate held items are permitted. Everything could be holding a choice scarf, a choice band, something like that, including Mega Stones and Z Crystals. You can have, you know, Mega Charizard X, Mega Charizard Y. Of course, you could only Mega Evolve 1 per battle, but there's so many crazy things for this. That's why it's called the No Holds Barred competition. So, the participation prize, you only get to complete 1 battle in this competition, is 50 battle points for your game. Registration opens on Thursday, August 17th. This is when I'm going to be away for a little bit here, and I'll mention more about that later on towards the question of the day part of the video. But Thursday, August 17th, registration opens. Competition is the next weekend, Friday, August 25th, till Sunday, August 27th. You can do 15 battles per day. I'm excited for this one. I will be home, back in town, for the weekend of the competition. I just gotta remember to register and get ready to roll, so next weekend I can record these battles for the channel and see. I've often said, double battles I'm still not super amazingly good at. I don't have a lot of good, I guess, team synergy, but will I be able to do decent in the single battles as I sort of try to talk myself up? I'm nowhere near amazing, but I'm a lot more confident in singles than I am in doubles. Now, was there anything else I was going to mention? I just suddenly remembered. I would mention something later on. Maybe talking about the code cards being given out in TCG videos. I think that's it. Alright, so, coming up now, I believe it's available now. If you stop at a local GameStop store in US, or I would assume EB Games in Canada, but don't quote me on that, you should be able to pick yourself up a code card, get yourself a special Salazzle in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. It comes at level 50 with the Corrosion ability, of course. It's holding Focus Sash, and the moveset is Fake Out, Toxic, Sludge Bomb, and Flamethrower. So, get yourself a code card from EB Games, or GameStop, possibly EB Games, as long as supplies last, so it's first come, first serve. You take this code, put it into your game, and your mystery gift on the main menu, get via code, scratch it off on the back, punch that code in, you get yourself a special Salazzle. I've heard that I think Fake Out is an egg move for Salazzle. Normally you can't have it unless, of course, you breed for it, which you couldn't do originally up until they allowed Poké Transporter, because that's what everyone was kind of hyped up about. You can finally breed special egg moves onto these Sun and Moon Pokemon, which had no access to those egg moves yet. But I'm pretty sure that means Fake Out is one of the egg moves for Salazzle. Of course, the Corrosion ability means it can Toxic anything, even other poison types or steel types. So anything's going to get building up damage from that Toxic. Now, the other thing to mention, as far as online competitions go, the Weakness Cup participation prize is now available. If you participated in that competition, as I did, you can now get yourself the Ampharos-ite, Altarionite, Latiosite, and Latiosite. Go to your Pokemon Global Link account, log in, and you should have a message there giving you a special code just for you. Get yourself those 4 mystery gifts. If you go to your main screen mystery gift, get via code, all that good stuff. The code is good up until August 30th, so act quick to make sure you don't miss out. I gotta make sure I do the same thing. I think that is all that I was going to mention as far as news goes. It is now time to swing back around and get into opening these booster packs right here. Was there anything else that I told myself to remember for later on that I'm now forgetting? Probably. That tends to happen. Regardless, though, for your chance to win one of the 3 booster pack code cards for Pokemon TCG Online I'm about to pull from these 3 packs, just leave your answer to this question of the day, and usually by next Tuesday, I'll be doing the drawing of random names from the comments section, which include hashtag QOTD in your comment with the answer to this question I'm about to give you, and you have a chance to win one of those code cards. Question is, in relation to the fact that next weekend? I think it's next weekend. I have a trip planned to go over to PEI in the Maritimes and hang out with some people over there for a weekend. Get some Pokemon Go action going on. There's a bunch of festivities and events going on over there on the island. And I've only been there a few times in my life, so it'd be kind of cool to go back once again. So that's my summer trip plans, although I actually also went to Fredericton about a month ago, so that was more vacationing. But this leads into the question, have you done any vacationing or traveling this summer? If so, to where? Just leave that answer down below and include hashtag QOTD in your comment. I'm going to leave my phone here so I can read that question again later, but just leave an answer down below. And if you haven't done any vacationing or traveling, that's fine. Just say you haven't, but just include hashtag QOTD. Have a chance for the code cards. So let's go with the oldest set. Start off with the breakthrough. You know what? Talking oldest set, I'm going to check evolutions. Yeah, it's the most recent set of the 3 I'm opening, but the card style is old school. So let's get this top cut open. I should probably do the cutting on screen, but I think you guys can see that I'm cutting the pack. Alright. Or at least you can take my word for it. I have no reason to lie, do I? That I can think of. Alright, so the code is hidden the right way. That goes off to the side as we grab the... It's only 10 cards in here, isn't it? So this pack trick should do the usual little routine. I got the... Is it energy or common first? So it gets common. Got Nidoran Male. There is a Ponyta. We got Doduo. A Pikachu. And Staryu. Uncommon cards, I believe, starting with... That's rare. Surfing Pikachu. 30 damage with 2 water energy. We've got Misty's Determination. This is useful in a deck that I'm going to be making for... I'm hoping this week's video, if I can get one more card traded. That's something else I was going to mention. Porygon. We've got Reverse Foil, Charmeleon, and a Dugong. So, that was that pack. But yeah, I was going to say, due to, I said, my negligence, my laziness, and Pokemon TCG Online, I was sort of delayed in recording stuff last night. So I'm finally getting some time to sit down and put some strategies together for some cards online, some decks. I did have somebody request, actually, let's bring up that comment as well. Someone wanted to see Marshadow GX for the next video of TCG Online. That was Ivory Bones. They mentioned Marshadow GX deck. I've got a cool, crazy idea for this. Now, when I do that video, I will talk about the really good strategy that I'm thinking of, but it involves using Pokemon EX along with Pokemon GX, and I kind of don't like to mix and match. I like more of a challenge myself, and, you know, a kookier, crazier idea, which is really fun. You'll see it when I finally do the video. And this code is the wrong way. There we go. You go off to the side here as well as we open up the Breakthrough Booster Pack. But you'll see, I've got a cool idea for Marshadow GX. It's a fun deck, let's just say that. Alright, so do our code, or our card trick here. Unless I mess it up again, but I think we're kind of good. We got a Hippopotas, or Hippopotas, I don't even know. We got the sad Cubone. It's so sad art. We've got Elgium. There is a Pansage, and a Piplup. Uncommon cards should be Rainbow Energy. Nice, I'll take that. Heavy Ball, also adequately decent. We've got a Swoobat. I'm covering all the card. Reverse foil card is a Go-Goat, and the rare card of Breakthrough is a Simisage. So I could evolve that using that Pansage that we just got. So you guys go down here. Last pack is Steam Siege. Do we get the Volcanion EX that destroyed me when I played against one of the other players at our Heroes Beacon Pokemon League? It is possible. Am I going to be that lucky? Am I ever that lucky? Maybe sometimes. There was that one time I got 2 full arts out of 2 packs opened up. Alright, this code is fine. This one goes off to the side for the draw later on as well. Let's grab these. Make sure we do the pack trick properly, which I almost messed up already. Okay. Starting off with a Chimchar, and I like the fact that, has it just destroyed that tower back there? Because it's got the gear in its mouth. You see this tower smoking in the distance? I don't know. There is a Dano, Tangela, a Krogunk with Poison Up. I was thinking, this could go good with Marshadow as well. If you can have something poison from the bench, Marshadow can use Poison Up if Krogunk is discarded. And we've got Oshawott. So, uncommon cards, starting off with a Rapidash. There is Nuzleaf, Braviary. Reverse foil card is going to be a Sneasel with Nianroll. Rare card is going to be Spiritomb with Nightmare. 10 damage, Pokemon is now asleep. Damage play. I like this one. What does it say? Move as many damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon as you like to any of your opponent's other Pokemon in any way you like. So if you could somehow do some bench damage, you could move all that damage from the bench to the active Pokemon, possibly get a knockout. Kind of cool, kind of creepy, kind of sinister, Spiritomb. Anyway, that's what I got out of my booster packs. Again, for your chance to win one of the 3 code cards that I just pulled out of these boosters, leave your answer to the question of the day with hashtag QOTD with your answer by August, what is that even? 15th, for a chance to win one of those code cards. The question, of course, is, have you done any vacationing or traveling this summer? If so, to where? I do realize the question is kind of limited in a way to people in my hemisphere because technically it's not summer where everyone's at, you know. In Australia right now, would it be winter? I don't even know. Is Australia the exact polar opposite? I don't even know. I'm not globally thinking, but either way, this past several months. If you've done any vacationing or traveling, just leave that down in the comments. And again, if you haven't, just say, no, I haven't. Simple as that. You have a chance to win one of those code cards. Make sure you use QOTD hashtag in your comment, though. But with that, I am now ready to go record Pokemon Coliseum for the day, so stay tuned for that in a couple hours' time if you're watching this video the moment that it goes live, and you can check out some more Pokemon content here on the channel. I think that's about it. I just want to get right to it. I want to check and see if I got that Marshadow GX online first. Anyway, that is it. Professor Chaz is signing off. Thanks for watching today's news update video thingy, everybody, and I'll catch you next time.